And that leaves Jim's line open, the number 800-737-2474. If you're like most folks, you've got extra stuff laying around the house. It might be in the garage. It might be in the backyard. It might be in the attic. It might be in the house. And you want to clean it up, and you don't want to wait for the several days or weeks that it might take to schedule a dumpster to be delivered or all the nonsense that is associated with it, or it's a spur-of-the-moment cleanup project and you don't have a pickup, don't want to rent one or a trailer. There is the BAGSTER. It's a dumpster in a bag, and we are joined on the house on the Home Improvement Hotline by a fellow who knows a lot about the product. He is the product line director for Waste Management's BAGSTER Dumpster in a Bag, Dave Friedman. Dave, welcome to the program.
Thanks very much for having me.
Well, tell us, for our listeners who may not know, and I can't imagine any that wouldn't know listening to the program, what is the BAGSTER?
Sure. It's a disposal solution. It's for the projects that are smaller than you need a traditional dumpster for, and a little bigger than what you need for trash bags. It fits right in there in that sweet spot. You can buy it at home improvement stores, have it ready to go whenever you need it. You just pop it out, fold it open, and you can load up to 3,300 pounds worth of material in there.
Unbelievable. And how long has it been around?
We started putting the product out on a national basis in 2010, so we're just now in our second year.
Congratulations. We're very excited. We first saw the product at a Rebuilding Together site that we were involved with. It was the kickoff to Rebuild at Super Bowl City a year ago, and these were being utilized in lieu of the traditional dumpsters, and we were quite taken by it and very impressed. What a marvelous means of disposing of product as an alternative to the pickup truck or having to call and get a dumpster.
We were talking about this a little earlier on the program, Dave, and we mentioned a bit about how BAGSTER works. But for those who just tuned in, would you explain how the BAGSTER works?
Sure. So I mentioned you buy the store at a home improvement store, so your Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards, Ace, True Value, etc. You can buy it before your project, just have it in place as when you actually need that disposal solution. You fold it out, you fill it up, and then you can either go online or call us, and you can schedule and pay for the collection online. There's a separate fee for when you buy the product and then when you actually have it collected, but it ranges from about $70 to about $160, depending on where you are in the country. But you know the price in advance. It's not dependent on how much material you put in there. So when you buy the product, when you buy the bag in the store, you'll know exactly how much it's going to be to have it collected.
And that's the whole shooting match. That's the dump fee. That's the collection. That's the whole shooting match.
That's correct. You know the entire price up front for the bag plus the collection, so there's no surprises at the end.
And you pay for the whole thing at the beginning when you get the bag?
No, you actually buy the bag in the store. It's about $30 in the store.
I see.
And then when you're ready for the collection, you pay for it then, so you don't have to have the money paid up
Oh,
front.
okay. So you could have it for a whole year if you wanted.
That's a benefit as opposed to using a dumpster where sometimes there are rental fees, and if your project goes a little longer than you planned, which we know happens a lot, you're not paying any extra fees to have that container on site.
And you also feel like I feel so bad, like I'm losing money if I didn't fill up the dumpster, but they come to pick it up, whereas now you can keep it until it is full.
And
exactly.
How many cubic yards, Dave?
It's 3 cubic yards.
Oh, nice.
And in terms of weight, that's about what? Up to 3,300 pounds?
That's right. It's 1.5 tons worth of material.
Any limitations, Dave, with regard to what you can place in the BAGSTER? What may our listeners who have cleanup challenges place into the BAGSTER?
Sure. Anything you would put in a dumpster, you can put in a BAGSTER. So the things you don't want to put in there are things like electronics or hazardous waste, paints, chemicals, that kind of thing. But if you're able to put it in a dumpster, you can put it in a BAGSTER bag.
Wow, awesome. I love it. Here, this is a question: if you fill your thing halfway up and you have a neighbor that likes to dump in your dumpster, is there a way to tie up that bag so they can't do it until you come back?
That's great.
It's a great idea, but unfortunately right now we don't have a lid on it. It's the bag is designed to be as easy to use as possible, and there's no lid.
Okay.
All right. In the less than a minute that we have left, Dave, where may our listeners go to find a store in their neck of the woods that carries the BAGSTER?
Sure. All you have to do is go to thebagster.com, and you'll enter your zip code, and you'll get a list of stores near you that carry the product. You'll get a map to be able to go visit them. And you can actually buy it online through Amazon.com and a couple other of our retail partners' websites.
Perfect. And a reminder that the Bagster is part of the Great Backyard Makeover Sweepstakes with over $20,000 in prizes. They've contributed Bagster's collection and $2,000 in cash. You can go to onthehouse.com to enter today. Dave Friedman, he is with the Bagster. Thanks so much for joining us today.
I appreciate it, guys. You have a good day.
Boy,
you too, Dave.
He really knows how to clean up a mess, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right. Coming up, answers to your questions, tips from you too, On the House, straight ahead.
If you like On the House, be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
And that leaves Jim's line open, the number 800-737-2474. If you're like most folks, you've got extra stuff laying around the house. It might be in the garage. It might be in the backyard. It might be in the attic. It might be in the house. And you want to clean it up and you don't want to wait.